Okay? And the assignment is called table toppers. Now, everybody needs to look up at the board. I need you off of your phones, please. Everybody look up here. So, table toppers, what does that mean? Well, there's this guy called Mitchell Wu. He kind of started this whole crazy fad. He takes pictures of toys. He started out small, and then he started to gather this huge following of people. And now he actually gets hired by advertising agencies to actually do professional photography for, toy companies, other sorts of companies. It's just insane what he can do. So this is our version of, kind of mimicking what he does. Table toppers is when you take something small, you kind of frame it up, you kind of pose it on a table, a surface of a table. You position your camera in a certain way, and you fool the perspective so it looks like they're, actually moving, or they're, you caught the action, right? So we can see this is the board of Monopoly, and this is how they're shooting it down here, right? So they're lighting it. They've got a background back here kind of posted, and the final shot right here looks like it's actually in that environment. So you're going to need to find something small. Okay, if you have a little brother or a little sister that have toys or whatever, or if you still have some from your past or whatever, you're going to get down low. You're going to get down to the surface right where that object is. Come up with a different kind of scenario or different background to put them in. These are all different examples of what people have done in the past. It's pretty funny. This reminds you guys do Elf on a Shelf. Anybody remember those? So it's kind of like that. So the main thing about this is your small object is the focus, right? You don't want to have the background break up that focus. So you don't want things that are large, people in the background, to take away from the impact of whatever this is. You want to use it if possible. See how the background, because there's no people in it, and it's kind of, we have that depth of field here, it's kind of out of focus. It looks like they're really in that background. Now, this is a pretty cool, this wasn't a student. This is just an example of a finished product, and I'll show you how they actually did shoot it. So this is kind of behind the scenes. So it took a couple people to pull this off. You see the camera is right down here. It's really low. It's at the level of those toys right there. And we have somebody with, looks like a blow dryer that is kind of moving around all that stuff. And then even somebody else with fireworks, like a sparkler, right? So again, the finished product looks like that. So this one took one person here, another person shooting, and another person off. 3 people. You might need an assistant on this one. But the main thing is you gotta get down low. So you see how low this person is? They're in the water, literally, in order to get this one picture right here. Now, for a shot like this, you don't see it. This is one of his ones. He actually ties these characters with fishing line, takes the photo, and then in Photoshop removes the wires. So it looks like he's caught them in midair, and really what they're doing is they're just floating, right? Oops. See all those wires right here, probably another one right here. Those are all photoshopped away. That's exactly how this person did it. And that's why he's so good at this. And he actually gets hired. That's a pretty funny one. Again, notice that there's no background here to pull you away from this shot. So you kind of accept that even though this is a toy, it's full size, right? It takes up the entire frame. Now this is one of those instances where using a full-size person helps, because Ant-Man is supposed to be small, right? And here we go. This picture looks real, but it's not. These are actually toy cars right here. And the way that they're cheating, they're doing a forced perspective. So everything is in focus. But these cars right here are much closer to the camera. And even though this is far in the background, because it's still in focus, it looks like they're close together. These are miniatures. So you don't need a toy. This is literally a trophy. And you can see what they're trying to accomplish here. They wanted it to look like they're at a drive-in movie. If this were me, I would have moved my camera back down so I wouldn't see the edge of the computer at all. And really the flash, well, let's go back to that one. The flash is hurting right here, or the light source. So you got to deal with that. So stuffed animals, little action figures, whatever you can find, I want you to come up with some sort of composition and do a whole series of photos. See which one works the best. Because what we want at least one really stellar picture in the end. So this one's interesting. So after you take the photo, we can edit it in Photoshop as well. Notice how they've taken out the background. See, this is the original. Took out the background and replaced it. Same photo, but they put in a sky. Change the color. They probably did a color overlay on this, a layer style. And then they even put in a silhouette of a person right there. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is that photo. I don't know why this slide was so far down. You remember this one? I told you that these were cars, not real cars. Well, this is the actual behind-the-scenes look, right? So you can see how this is way far in the background. He's using an iPhone right here. It's not even like a professional DSLR camera. It's just an iPhone. And he has all of the cars lined up on a platform that looks like asphalt. All you have to do is blend in the asphalt right here with the background, and you've got this. Again, not a real car. Another iPhone. So you can pull this off with your telephone, your cell phones there. This one, it looks like he laid down sand to make it look like it was the beach. This is really cool. So grains of rice right here, and it's all on this glass sheet above this blue backdrop. So you can see the shadows underneath. Turn out really cool. So, does everybody get the assignment? Yeah? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this video, this lecture right here, to Google Classroom. I'm going to create an assignment. It's going to be called Table Toppers. It's going to be due next week. But the thing is, you have to shoot these photos this weekend. You're not going to just shoot one or two. Do a whole series to give yourself options, because maybe the first couple don't really work. And then you try something different, and then you find out like, oh, this is way better this way, right? So try to get like 3 or 4 different scenarios that you're shooting and see which one works the best. And this will be due next week. But I'm going to give you the full weekend to try to do it. Okay, any questions? No? All right, cool. So that is your homework.